So I think I might take you along with me for a small portion of my day. Before I clock in, I'm going to work on a couple things that I've got some ideas about. I've got this idea to make some vases, and I've just been finding a lot of inspiration lately from like things from the 80s and 90s and just like shapes, simple forms, bright colors. Another thing I was inspired by, believe it or not, Seth Rogan, the actor, has recently gotten into making ceramics. And if you haven't seen them yet, I highly suggest looking up his pieces online because they are really good, and his color choices are just awesome, like very bright, almost fluorescent. And so last night I was kind of like looking for some ideas and discovered that he's been making ceramic art, and it just kind of like added to some different ideas I had going color-wise. But I don't want to jump ahead of myself. I'm just going to start with simple pieces today, and they're going to be hand built, and we'll see how far I can get. I only can work on this one day of the week, which can be hard because earlier this week I just like got so excited about it. It's like, oh gosh, I just wish I could go there right now, or I had like a ceramic studio at home, but that's okay. So anyway, got both my slabs made, and I have the construction of the side made. Sorry, I'm just very distracted because usually I can see the mountains from this window in the studio, and right now they are just completely gray, like totally covered, almost black, because I guess it's about to rain and I have to go and load the kiln, so this will be interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna go put one of these slabs outside before it starts raining so that it can dry a little bit, because in order to construct the full piece, it just needs to be stiffened a little, otherwise it'll collapse. So I'm gonna go do that now, and then I'll have to clock in and officially start my real work that I get paid for. Okay, so I've let that piece dry. It's been about 2 hours, and it's pretty solid. So it's almost leather hard. It still has some moisture in it so that I can attach it to the other side. For comparison, this is the side that I didn't put out to dry, which is fine because it's gonna go on the bottom anyway. I'm going to construct the vase sideways so that it'll be laying flat. And I just needed that top piece to be stiff enough so that it wouldn't cave in. So I've got my side strips here. That one was a dud. And I've got this one here that I'm going to put around the edge and construct a vase. So if you're wondering what this sloppy goop is that I'm using, it's called Slip, and it's just watered down clay, and it acts like a glue when you're constructing a piece that has to be attached to another. So the process is called slip and score, and the scoring is the scratching I'm doing of the clay, and then I put the slip on there and scratch it again. I like to kind of scratch, add a little slip, scratch again, back and forth. And then you sandwich them together, and it creates like a kind of suction where the clay will hopefully stay together. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. I think I'm going to put some plastic on the inside just to kind of hold its form. We just want to avoid any caving in that could happen. And you know, you have to be really flexible when you're working with clay, because even as it's drying, it could crack, or when I fire it, you know, it could break. And this is going to be the first of many, but I'm really happy with the form. It's exactly like I had envisioned. So yeah, we'll let it dry for a week, and then I'm probably going to wrap it pretty lightly so it dries slowly, because when you have walls this thin, you just really want to try your best to prevent it from cracking, because if it dries too quickly, it could definitely crack. So we'll see how it goes, and check back in next week.